Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Beha'alotecha, on the right foot. The question is, what was the original plan of the Jewish people to go to the land of Israel? Moshe was told in the burning bush at the Sneh that they would worship God in this very mountain. We were told in the 4 or 5 languages of redemption that that God will bring us the land and He will give it to us as an inheritance, says God in Parsha Va'era. So the idea was we were to get the Torah, get out of Israel, get out of Egypt, get the Torah, and go to Israel. But we were rudely interrupted. We got the Torah on Shavuos, but that was when we got the 10 Commandments. But then Moshe went up for 40 days, came down on Shavasar Tammuz, which was supposed to be 17th of Tammuz, was supposed to be the day of receiving the Torah. Would have been a great joyous holiday, as it will be one day when the Mashiach comes. And then he had to go up for 40 days and another 40 days to receive forgiveness. So had we followed the ways of God, perhaps 40 days later, maybe we would have gone to Israel. Maybe on Tisha B'Av we would have come to Israel, and that would be the other great holiday. But instead, Tisha B'Av we cried, Yom Kippur we were forgiven, and then they started rebuilding, building the Mishkan. We built the tabernacle, and then it says in this parsha that in the second year, in the second month, that's Iyar, Besrim LaChodesh, that's the 20th of the month, the cloud went up, lifted up from the Mishkan. It was time to travel, and it describes how the Jews traveled. They started moving forward toward the land of Israel. So they had left Egypt 1 year in one Pesach. They celebrated Pesach again because of all the sinning, because they built the tabernacle, and now, and only now, they're going to go to Israel. So the question is, why do it this way? Why didn't they? Were they originally going to build the Mishkan as soon as Moshe came down, then build the Mishkan, then go to Israel? But only because of the golden calf, we had to build a Mishkan to atone for our sins, and then once we atone for the sins, then we go to Israel. Or no. We were supposed to build the Mishkan after coming down from the mountain, but because of the sin of the golden calf, it took until Yom Kippur till we were able to atone, and then we built the Mishkan. But why build the Mishkan first? Why not go to Israel, and then when you have everything set up, then you could establish the Mishkan then. So number one, there's the idea of the traveling. It's true, once you come to Israel, the Mishkan sort of goes to where it is. Shiloh, it stayed for a long time, hundreds of years. Yerushalayim, it stays for hundreds of years. It doesn't really travel that much. But the idea of the Torah was that it was portable. The Mishkan was portable. It could go from one place to the other to show us that wherever we go in life, we can take the Torah with us. Second idea is that we were not going to go into the land of Israel without the Mishkan with us. And that's the statement by Ibn Zoharon. Ibn Zoharon tells us that all these plans from Sefer Parshat Bamidbar of how many Jews there were, and what formation they were in, and setting up the Mishkan in the middle, and all the plans of Truma and Tetzaveh, Vayaka, Pekudei, and all the dedications in Nassau and back in Tetzaveh and Tzav, and all these dedications of the Mishkan, it was all designed so that the divine presence would rest on tabernacle, the cloud would lift, the Jews would travel, and then what? And then Moshe would make that great prayer. Kuma Hashem, rise up, O God, and let the enemies scatter, and let the enemies run away from you. Until we had a Mishkan, we couldn't conquer the land of Israel. We wanted to start Israel on the right foot. We wanted to go into the land of Israel, as Yoshua would do, they write the Torah on the stones as we enter the land of Israel. We wanted to come into Israel with an understanding that we're going here to bring the divine presence. We're going to travel with the Mishkan, which has divine presence, which doesn't have to be in Israel. It could be anywhere in the world. But we're going to come, we're going to bring it to a place, we're going to establish a place of Hashem Shama. as it says in Ezekiel, a place where God is there. And until that was set up, we could not enter the land of Israel. So the original plan, perhaps, was come down from the mountain, build the Mishkan, and then travel into Israel. And the way to win the wars, so as described in the past, the bloodless war. We walk in, hold the Mishkan, hold the Aron Kodesh, the nations would flee, and we march in a bloodless war into the land of Israel, take over the land, and establish a home for God in this world, right there and forever. Unfortunately, the Parsha devolves into chaos. Everyone begins to complain, from the Asafsuf, from the Erev Rav, from the strangers to the people themselves, to Moshe, to Aaron, to Miriam. Everyone begins to sin till we have the sin of the spies, and indeed the whole enterprise will fall apart. We can't enter the land of Israel like that either. We can't enter the land of Israel as complainers or as sinners or as gossipers. We have to enter the land of Israel in righteousness. No right to take over the land of Israel unless through righteousness. And therefore, Parsha tells us that we were about to carry out the ultimate plan, to have a holy camp surrounding the Mishkan, surrounding the Holy Ark. And that Ark would be the inspiration for the enemies to flee, for the Jews to enter, and to establish a place where in the midst of this whole camp, in the midst of the land of Israel, right in the center, whether be it a little bit toward the north in Shiloh, a little bit toward the south in Jerusalem, would be the Holy Tabernacle representing God on earth. And we would establish a kingdom all around it that would be dedicated to God, a model for all the nations of the world. So, why was it that we had to set up the tabernacle and the camps before we entered the land of Israel? Because that was the plan to conquer the land of Israel. That was the plan to step on our best foot forward, entering the land of Israel, with God with us, God at our center, B'kerev Machanech, in the center of our camp, and that the enemy would flee at the vision of God and the camp of God. Thank you for joining us here at the Anshe Sfar Beth Elam's congregation for a discussion of Parshat Beha'alotecha. Join us each week for a discussion of the Parsha and the holidays. Thank you very much.